Good morning, students. Today I will discuss on the chapter sentence. In this chapter, you will learn about the definition of sentence, kinds of sentences, parts of sentence, and the difference between the sentence and a clause. Okay. So let us first start with the definition of a sentence. What is a sentence? You will learn from this video. Okay, a sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. We know that a sentence, what is the definition of a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. It contains a verb and a subject. A sentence contains a verb and a subject. You can see that there are four examples have been given. In the four sentences, subjects are there and verbs are there. Okay, but you also have to learn the rules of sentences. What are the rules of sentences? The rules of making sentences. If you want to make a sentence, then you have to know the rules. What are the rules? I'm just going to discuss this rules once. Subject verb agreement is a must, both in number and person. Subject verb agreement means you can see that in each and every sentence there is a subject and there is a verb. You know that in these four sentences, subjects are different. But as the subject is different, the verbs are also different. Okay, so when we will use what verb, okay, what verb will be used with what subject, that is the subject verb agreement. The rule is the subject verb agreement. You learn these rules if you learn the rules of tense. Okay, now next rule is a plural verb is required when two or more singular nouns or pronouns are joined by a conjunction. Two nouns, okay, or pronouns, Gauri and Deepak. You can see that two nouns are joined by a verb are. So a plural verb is required. Number 3, a singular verb is used when two nouns, adjectives, suggest a one idea or refer to the same person or thing. Drawing and coloring, you know that two things are mentioned, but drawing and coloring refers to this. Okay, you know that drawing and coloring, it is suggesting one idea, so that is why singular verb has been used. The same thing is that red and the green umbrella is not mine. The next is a singular verb is required when two or more nouns are connected by either or neither or. If the two or more nouns are connected by either or neither or, then singular verb will be used. You can see that here use has been used. Next, a singular verb must follow either or neither. Each, everyone. If each, everyone, either, neither are there, okay, so then after that a singular verb will be used. Everyone has, each one of the student is being, students. Can you see that students here is the subject is the students, but is there because of each. Next rule, if even if they are joined by conjunction, two nouns qualified by each or every must have a singular verb. If you know that truck, each truck and each car, you know the each has been, okay, here there is each, so that is why though each truck and each car subject, but singular verb has been used. So if they are joined by a conjunction, two nouns qualified by each or every, if there is each or every, if the nouns are qualified by each or every, then the singular verb will be used. Some nouns which are singular in meaning but plural in form take a singular verb. There are some nouns which are singular in meaning but plural in form. You know this pair of slippers. You can see that it is you know that these subject, the slippers, okay, this is that type of noun. This is that type of, the some nouns which are singular in meaning, it is singular in meaning but, okay, but plural in form, but so it has taken singular verb. Some nouns which are plural in meaning but singular in form, these are plural in meaning. The children, it is plural in meaning. The singular form of children is child, so children is the plural form, that is why the verb plural are has been used. Next, singular verbs are required when the collection is thought of as a whole. The troupe is going to give a performance. When you know that the collection is thought of, here the collection is thought of, the troupe, here the collection is thought of as a whole, that is singular verb has been used. The audience also, okay. A singular verb is required when the plural noun depicts some specific quantity or amount considered as a single whole unit. 3 kilometers, okay, it has been considered as a, okay, an amount considered as a single whole unit. That is why here singular verb has been, though kilometers are here, but singular verb has been used. So these are the rules of subject verb agreement. Okay, now come to the next page. If we go to the next page, then we will learn the, okay, next. I'm just coming to the next page, that is page number 6. Okay, let me come to the next page. This is page number 5. Okay, page number 5. Okay, this is page number, okay, I have opened the page number. This is page number 6. Okay, page number 6. Here you can see that on the top of the page, okay, top of the page, some make questions. Okay, sorry, this is not page number 6, this is page number, let me just open the page for you. Okay, this is page number 6. This is page number 6. Okay, here it has been used. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. Here some keywords are there, key sentences. Okay, what is a sentence? Okay, it starts with a capital letter, it ends with full stop, it states a fact, it's with a question mark. Okay, it asks a question or exclamation mark if it expresses a sudden feeling or surprise. Okay, so these are the, okay, important things about the sentence. Okay, now there is some exercise has been given. We did it before summer vacation. Now come to the next bit, that is kinds of sentences. Sentences are of 4 kinds. Okay, declarative, imperative, interrogative, exclamatory. Declarative means a sentence that declares or states something is a declarative sentence. It declares or states something. Okay, declarative sentences are of 2 types, affirmative and negative. Okay, if affirmative sentences affirm a proposition or negative, and negative sentence negate a proposition. That is all. Next is imperative. Okay, after, so some examples have been given here. Okay, after assertive, imperative sentence has been given here. Now, what is imperative sentence? You will learn about this imperative sentence. Imperative sentences are sentences that expresses a command, request, advice, order, or suggestion are called imperative sentence. Sentences that expresses a command, request, advice, order, these things. Okay, so these are called imperative sentences. Come here, bring the textbook here, please help me, clean the cupboard. These are all. Okay, here are the exercises. You have to do it. Answer the following questions, follow instructions given in brackets. One has been done for you. May I come in? So what will be the answer of this? Yes, you may come in. Next, come to the next, interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence. What is an interrogative sentence? A sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentences. When declarative sentences are converted into interrogative sentences, certain changes take place. What are the changes? I can go, that is declarative. If you want to make it interrogative, what you have to do? Can I go? This verb part will come first, then subject will be after that. Okay, in assertive sentence or declarative sentence, subject, verb, and subject model, whatever the auxiliary or main verb. But in interrogative sentence, the verb will come first, then subject, then the main verb. Okay, whatever auxiliary or model, whatever this. The word order is changed in an interrogative sentence. The auxiliary verb changes its position and comes before the subject. Okay, for me, can I go? That is all. And interrogative sentences can be a WH question or begins with words like when, why, who, or how. And interrogative sentences can also be a question which can be answered with yes or no. Interrogative sentences are 2 types. Some interrogative sentences are which are answered by yes or no, and there are some interrogative sentences which we cannot answer by yes or no. Okay, if the question starts with when, why, we cannot answer these questions with yes or no. Okay, so interrogative sentences are 2 types, yes or no questions. Are you tired? Is your flight cancelled? Do you want it? Can you see that here these questions can be answered with yes or no, but can you see these questions, WH words, these are called WH words, WH questions. Who came to pick you up? Can you answer this yes or no? No, we cannot. Okay, when are you leaving today? This you have to answer with a sentence. Okay, now come to the next page. This is Okay, this is come to the next page. This is exclamatory. Now come to the exercises. Some exercises questions from for mixed questions for the answers given below. My birthday is in June. Okay, I work in Patna. What you have to do? Make questions. My birthday is in when is your birthday? So you have to frame a question. Which answer will be this? Okay, it will be you have to do it. Though we have done it before summer vacation. Now exclamatory sentence. Sentences that express a strong feeling or emotion are called exclamatory sentences. They end with an exclamation mark. What a beautiful phrase it is. How melodiously she sings. Exclamatory is a sudden feeling or strong feeling or emotion it expresses. Okay, so there are some features you have to just read it. Some rules are there. An assertive sentence makes a statement, it's ended with full stop, and assertive sentences can be positive or negative. An imperative sentence ends with full stop. Just go through this. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask me during doubt clearing session. Now come to the next part, that is part of a sentence. Okay, a sentence has two parts, subject and predicate. Subject part and predicate part. Subject part is that, so what is a subject? A subject is that part of a sentence that names the person or thing about whom something is said. A subject is that part of a sentence that names the person or thing about whom something is said. You know that my mother loves tea. Okay, who? Okay, loves, you have to take the verb, then you have to ask it with who loves tea. My mother loves tea. The people in the room were enjoying, who were enjoying the music. The people in the room is the subject. The baby is sleeping, who is sleeping? The baby. All the children are ready for the trip, who are ready for the trip? All the children. So you will get the subject. And what is predicate? Okay, you have to say when you are getting the subject, leaving the subject part, the rest of the part is predicate. Okay, now come to the next page. Next page is about this is about exercise predicate part. What is a predicate? A predicate is a word or group of words that tells us something about the subject. Okay, so predicate part is a word or group of words that tells us something about the subject. Loves tea, mother loves tea, my mother loves tea. Can you see? Okay, the baby is sleeping, the baby is sleeping part is predicate part. Clear? So here are some features. Okay, you go through this, you read it yourself, you read it at home. If you have any doubt you can ask me. Here the sentences has been given just to differentiate. Clear? Now come to the next page. This is the last one. This is about phrases and clauses. The differences between phrases and clauses. Okay, a phrase is a group of words that make sense but not complete sense. You know that phrase makes sense but does not make a complete sense. Why? In a sense it does not have a subject and a verb. Okay, phrase is a group of words that make sense. Phrase is a group of words. It makes sense, but it does not make a complete sense because it does not have a subject and a verb. Clear? On the other hand, clause is, what is a clause? A clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb. You know, a clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb and is usually part of a sentence. Then what is the difference between a clause and a sentence? You know, the clause is a part of a sentence. Okay, clause is a sentence within a bigger sentence. Clear? Clause is also a sentence. Okay, within a bigger sentence. This is the difference between a clause and a sentence and the phrases and the clauses. Yeah, a phrase usually forms a part of a sentence but does not convey complete sense. The above examples do not have a subject and a verb. You know that in the above these examples, can you see there is no subject and verb, but the boy is going to the market. Here you can see the subject and verb is there. The boy is going is a clause. Since it has subject, the boy, and the predicate is going. These are the features. Then the exercise. Though you have done all the exercises, you can also again do it. Okay, I will give you, though I have given you, if you want then I can again give you the answer key of these things. Okay, so we have completed the chapter sentence. Clear? If you have any doubt regarding this chapter, you can ask me. Okay, you can clear your doubt during a doubt clearing session. Okay, thank you.